everybody, and welcome to my channel, Everyday with Jackie. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell so you're aware every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today we are going to do one more look using our Mcgrath palette. And this is the Mthrshp Mega Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette. It's a mouthful, but this is what it looks like. So if you're interested in knowing how I was able to create this look today, using this palette, you already know. You'll have to keep watching. Okay, so I went ahead and primed my eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and set them down. And again, I am all over the place. I have low energy, I feel, but I had a procedure today, so y'all just bear with me. I'm trying to be upbeat, but generally I am really loopy. She told me not to drive, not to go anywhere, that I am just to be in bed. And, you know, I can't follow instructions, so I am up here filming. Okay, so we've gone in, and I felt my words are slurred. We have gone in, I'm going to have to over enunciate, and set down our I did clean up in here. It's just everything, my powders don't fit. Okay. So, yes, we've gone in and set the concealer down. And I think today that I want to use some of my new Pop brushes that I have never tried. So we're just going to start and use a few of those today and see how I like them. So I have an idea what I kind of want to do as far as color choices in the palette, but we'll see. So once again, I think I want to go in my crease and above it with, oops, that's the wrong way, with this shade right here. And we already said that that shade, yep, Lunar Champagne. So we're going to go in with that shade. And again, we're just going to try to stick with this one palette today. You know, I washed all my brushes, what was it, Sunday? And ended up having to wash every single one of them again on Monday because they were not clean. And yeah, because I had them drying on a white towel, and I would, you know, rake the brush across the towel and the brushes were still dirty. I felt like that soap that I use, I'll show you guys in a little bit. I don't think that is something that I will continue to use for my brushes because I felt they also had a film, at least on my hands. I felt like it had a film on my hands from it. And like I said, the brushes were not clean. So I probably will not be using that again, especially if I had to go back the very next day. And the very next day, when I was wetting them again, I could tell that the brush, my makeup brushes, still had soap in them. And I know I rinsed them out really thoroughly. It just was not easy to get out. So yeah, I ended up using my all dishwashing liquid, and that works so much better. So, but I was not happy about having to do it all over again because that was a job. feel like I like this brush. This is a ColourPop E15 brush that I'm using. And again, this is the first time that I've ever used it. And now I think I want to go in with this Fuchsia Shock. I feel that is the shade that I want to use on my lid. Fuchsia Shock right here. Okay, yes, I figured it out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with Fuchsia Shock. And I think I'm going to pick up this next brush called the E18 brush. It's kind of like a flat shader brush. And yes, we are going to go in with Fuchsia Shock. Okay, so now that we've kind of layered both of those shades on top of one another, just gonna make sure. I think I am now gonna go in and pick up the shade Megabyte. Is what I'm thinking I'm picking up. Nope, I'm picking up Bronze. Is bronze in the last one? Nope, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm picking up bronze. I'm sorry, my mind is not working well today. Bronze is what we're picking up. Okay, and we're gonna flip this brush over and grab bronze. And this shade right here. And what I think I'm going to do is take this shade right here, and that was called, can I just point to it today? I'm over trying to read these names. I'm just picking up this one right here. It's the matte. I think it's Venetian Orchid, this shade right here. We're going to pick that up and then just buff out. Okay, so this is what things are looking like. Give me just a second and I'm going to catch the other eye up. Okay, so this is what our eyes are looking like right now. So we're going to pause everything right there. And I think we are once again going to go in with our Pat McGrath foundation and our Pat McGrath concealers. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm going to go with my Fenty Beauty because it's looking a little suspect in the bottle. It hasn't been used in a while and I've had it for a bit now, so looks like I need to go to work on this foundation as well. I don't want them to go bad, you guys, and I have a few of them that are looking like they are on their way. So Pat McGrath is a newer foundation to me, so she should have some staying power left in her, but these other ones that I had a while, I think I'm just going to go ahead and concentrate using those. So this is just the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. Haven't used this one in a little while, but I do absolutely love this foundation. Now, I don't have I could still use since I'm not using the Pat McGrath concealer, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Concealer. And that's in the shade Maple. But like I said, everything will be listed in the description box. So this is the second time that I've used the Hourglass. And I do enjoy it. I like it. I think it blends out really well. And it gives just enough brightening. Not too much for my under eye. Okay, this is what our under eyes are looking like. And we're going to go in and set our under eyes and our face. I think I'm going to go ahead and set today with my Black Radiance for my under eyes. And I do want to use my... Do we want to? No, let's set our face with our Laura Mercier. And we'll use our Black Radiance for our under eyes. So to set our face, we're going in with our Laura Mercier, and this is in the shade Translucent Medium. Haven't used this too many times since I purchased my own. And this is my Luxie brush. The blender, no, it says it's a blusher. 742. And it's good for getting right up underneath your eyes. It's kind of flat. And just putting your powder to set your under eye. Okay, now let's pick up some bronzer. Last time I used the bronzer by Morphe. Oh, let's use our Fenty. So you'll use this as our bronzer today. And this is in the shade Coco Naughty. And you probably already have guessed what we are going to be using for our blush today. Have you guys guessed? I don't want to keep using the same products, but okay. So once again, we are going to go in with our cream foundation by Fenty Beauty, and I have Summertime Wine. And ever since I tried this, you guys, I have really been liking it a lot. I'm going to use my dual fiber. And again, I got this idea from Lady T. I think she tried a couple of different methods, but she liked the dual fiber brush the best, and I like it that way. But I've also gone in and used the beauty sponge, and I have to say I like it that way too. So I feel like it's just your preference, because I believe that the dual fiber looks like it shears it out a little. So if you're not looking for all that much coverage, if you're looking for something natural and everyday, but still it can be seen, I would say that the dual fiber brush is for you. But if you're doing a full beat heavy makeup, I would say the sponge, because the sponge definitely is more impactful as far as pigment. You can really see that a little bit better. And then I just take the sponge, I don't even put any more product on it, and I just set it down. And I have applied it on top of powder, and then I go back over it with my powder brush. So now I'm going to pick up some highlighter, and this is by Fenty Beauty Candy Cognac. And really, y'all remember, I really wasn't a fan of this. I said it was okay, meh, but I have been using it quite a bit, and I am liking it. I think it is gorgeous. I was kind of opposed to it because I know it has, you know, these glitter particles in it, and I didn't really want a glitter highlighter, but I don't feel like it's over the top. Okay. This is Candy Cognac. We're going to go ahead and hop into our Sephora Pro palette and pick out a bronzing shade, which will be Epic. And we're going to go in this Fenty highlighter, guys, looks so good with the blush. I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks so pretty. Just a little. And I'm going to put a little powder to clean it up, because I always tend to go a little overboard. And I don't put a lot on, and I just let it sit for a hot second. Okay, so my eyebrows really could use a little bit more touching up. I think I got rid of some of them when I was doing my foundation. Now we're going to take, I told you, I don't leave this on long at all. And let's go ahead and spray our face. We've been using the all-nighter quite a bit. So let's go in today with our, no, I don't want a mattifying. Oh yeah, I know what we'll use. Yes, let's go in today with our Cover FX Dewy Set. It's a very lightweight mister. Okay, so let me see what I'm going to do for the lower lash line, and we'll hop right back. We'll hop right back on. Okay, so guys, this may be totally out of my comfort zone, and this just may take the look to a whole another level. Not a good one, but let's try it. Let's go ahead and with this blue eyeliner underneath, and this is by NYX, and it is in the shade Sunrise Blue. I've never used this before, so let's just see what it does. Okay, we're going to take another brush from ColourPop, and this is the ColourPop T7. And we're going to go back into the palette, and let's see. Okay, so we already know that I am going to use Lunar Champagne and Electron. Back to our outer corner. Do I like this brush? Could be a decent brush. But you know I have my favorite for my bottom lash line, so let me just stick to that. I feel like this one is softer. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our lid shade right in the center. And then we're going to take the inner corner shade, Megabyte. And it's called Odyssey. And we're just going to go ahead and so this is what the eyes are looking like. I don't know if I'll be able to put some lashes on or not. We will try, and we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so I am back. I did do my bottom lash line, put some mascara on, and put some lashes on. And we're just going to do a lip color together. So we're going to first go in with our Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade Underdog. We're just going to kind of line our lips with this color. And in the middle of the lip, I thought for the inner part of the lip, we're going in with, this is our Fenty Beauty. And this is in the shade Uncuffed. And we're just going to put that right in the middle on these very, very chapped lips. Okay, so about the palette. So I have gone in and did swatches in one video just so I could get a feel of the palette. And then I created a look using the palette that I think it went up on Monday. And then this video that we're doing now should go up on maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So I've used the palette twice and swatched it once. So again, this is called the Pat McGrath Labs Mthrshp Mega Celestial Divinity Eyeshadow Palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Very, very pretty. And so let me talk about what I know, which is not a lot. That this palette was comprised of the Star Wars shades. The Dark Galaxy is one of the shades that it was comprised of. And the Dark Galaxy had these two rows of shades. So the Dark Galaxy palette that she released, that not a lot of people were able to get their hands on. These are all the shades in the Dark Galaxy. And then she released also the palette called Galactic Gold. Now in Galactic Gold, these are the shades. These two rows right here. And really that's the reason I picked up this palette, because I was not so intrigued for this palette, the Dark Galaxy, but I wanted the Galactic Gold the most. But I'm not mad about having this. I'm not mad about having Dark Galaxy. And so these two columns here and right here were the Star Wars palette. And then in the middle, these shades are totally new. Now I did mention in my swatching video that I don't have very many Pat McGrath palettes, but I do have some of these shades in other palettes as well. And for instance, this palette here, which is the Pat McGrath Labs Mthrshp Sublime Bronze Temptation palette, I do have the shade Corruption in this palette. So right here is the shade Corruption. So that would be a repeat shade for me. And Corruption is right here. So that's one repeat shade for me. And I also have this palette by Pat McGrath. And this is called the Ecstasy Subversive Eyeshadow Palette. And this is what it looks like. And here is the shade Gold Standard right here. And that would be obviously another repeat shade for me because we have Gold Standard right here. So that would be another repeat shade for me. But for me, that's why I don't think it was a bad deal for me, because those are the only two repeat shades in my collection. So everything else in this palette is new for me. So that's why I thought $78, smaller pans, I'm here for it. I wanted it, and I thought that was a good buy for me. And I know some of you collect every single palette, so there may be more repeat shades in there for you. But like I said, for me, there are only 2 repeat shades, and everything else in the 18 shades are new for me. So only 16 were new for me, and that's good. That's great, because there's only a total of 18, so I'm not doing bad there. The packaging for me, I'm not opposed to it. Like, these little ribbons are starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I'm just going to be honest, but you know, it's nothing major. You saw as I was trying to show you the shades in this palette, the bronze, was it the Bronze Temptation? Yeah, how this one is kind of hard to stay open. So you kind of have to hold that up. So I do like the new packaging that she has going on with this mega palette, and I'm not mad at it whatsoever. Now, as far as the performance, well, let me first say that I think I got another email from Pat McGrath Labs because more of her holiday collection has released on her website, and I think she has a 10% offer going. So I think that includes this palette as well as the quads and some of her other items that she's released. And I'll try to put on the screen her entire collection. And also, I know for a fact that this palette is at Sephora. Now, I don't know if the rest of her collection has made it to Sephora or not, but I'll put that up here on the screen or in the description box as well to let you know. As I mentioned in the other video, if you can get a code for the Sephora Friends and Family sale that's going on now, and you were thinking about picking up this palette or some of her other holiday collection items, that might be a great time, because I think you will receive 20% off doing that. So this would be a good time to do that. Or obviously you can wait until she has her Sephora sale, which is, I think, in about a month. So it's just up to you whether you want to get it now, get it later, or if you're just simply going to pass on it altogether. Now, as for me, I absolutely am impressed. I love the looks that I have created, both of them. They were very effortless, because you know I am not a makeup artist. I'm an everyday girl. I don't do cut creases. I just do everyday eyeshadow looks to the best of my ability. And I absolutely was astonished and very happy with this palette. I felt that the looks that I created were very easy to create using this palette. I will say that the glitter shades, metallics, they do have fallout. You know, they do have fallout. So that's why in both of the times that I've created a look, I went ahead and did my base last. Today's look didn't have very much fallout, so that was a good thing, but they do. So just do your base last and you shouldn't have a problem. Especially for those of you, I don't do this, but for those of you that put powder so you can just dust off fallout, I don't do that because I don't want to add any extra cakiness to my under eyes, and I know it will just be a hot mess. But like I said, I didn't have an issue today. There are only 3 mattes in this palette, and some people have, you know, not been very happy about that. And this shade right here is one of the mattes. This one right here, and then this one right here. And these are the 3 shades that I also used to create today's look. You can layer these 2 shades. You can probably layer this with one of, I can see this one and this one layered as well. Or, like I said, if you want to only stick to this palette, you have 3 mattes and you can kind of mix them and layer them to get different effects. Or you can dip into another one of her Pat McGrath palettes that has more mattes, pull some of those mattes from the palette, and then come back to the Mega palette. So that doesn't bother me about the matte situation whatsoever. I've done 2 looks and I stuck to this palette only, but I'm not opposed to, if I feel like it one day, pull a matte from another palette. That doesn't bother me. This palette also comes with a mirror, and it's a huge crystal clear mirror. And so just cutting to the bottom line, I think this palette is a good buy. I think the shades are very vibrant and pigmented. They don't fade on the eyes. And sometimes my eyes are a little wrinkled when I put certain shadows on. I didn't find that this was the case with Pat McGrath's palette. They feel like silk going onto the lids. And so this formula, I told you guys, in this palette and also my other Pat McGrath palette, I think it's behind me, the Divine 8, I think, Rose 2 palette, those shades felt like silk, and this is no different. Now, I kind of think, just my little humble opinion, that the shades in this palette do not perform as well as the shades in this one or her larger, like the only one I have that's a larger one is this one and the Mthrshp 8. I just think these shades in this palette feel a little bit differently. They didn't feel as smooth to me as it did in this bigger palette or the Mthrshp 8 one. So that's just my opinion. I've heard people say that the formula is the same, but I never reached for this palette very much because I didn't see really the hype in it. But once I tried the Mthrshp 8, I was sold. I was here for it. So that's my thoughts on this palette. Again, it's $78. I think you're getting 18 beautiful shades, and they perform seamlessly. Very silky on the lids, very pigmented, and like I said, these shades show up, and they show up vividly. I have not wet my brush in a single look that I've done, so you don't have to do that. This is just a palette that's pigmented all on its own. You don't have to go the extra mile. Some of you may like to put the glitter glue down if you're still worried about fallout, and you can certainly do that, but I didn't do any of that because I just didn't feel the need to. But yes, this is my final thought. I am here for this palette, and I think it is a good price and a good buy if you choose to buy it. And I have nothing negative to say about it. I am very happy that I was able to pick it up, and you'll probably see me using this quite often because especially this shade right here. What is that? Fuchsia Shock. I love it. And y'all know I love my berries and my pinks and my purples, as I said before, and this is just calling my name. So I don't know what the next Mthrshp palette will look like, but as long as it has some of these berry shades and these pinks and purples, I am here for it. So that does conclude today's video. I did want to come back and, after I've used the palette a couple of times, give you my final opinion about the palette. So that's what today's video was, just to test it out one more time and let you know how I felt about it. So that's it for today's video. I want to thank everyone for joining me for another video today. So if you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a video, and share the channel because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you are always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.